Hello again, Kat Hart here, Little Piece of Heart. I'm going to teach you how to do a really quick, simple kale side dish. Couple ingredients, so many good health benefits, and it takes merely minutes to make. I'm going to start by putting my pan on to about medium-high heat. In here, I'm going to add some extra virgin olive oil. About a tablespoon or so. Now, as you can see my mountain of kale over here, this is actually going to feed 4 people. So you can certainly portion it out, for smaller amounts depending on who you're cooking it for. But kale is kind of like spinach. Once you cook it, it's going to wilt down, and the amount once you see when we're done is not going to look anything near this. Once the olive oil gets heated up, I'm going to move it around the pan. Let me turn the heat up a little bit. All right, so we're going to take all of our kale. Actually, I totally forgot. We're going to start with some chopped garlic. And the garlic is going to be good because it's going to perfume the olive oil, and then it's also going to, meld with the kale, and it's going to be a nice little bite at the end. Not a lot, maybe just 1 clove that I'm putting in here. The garlic's starting to sizzle, which is exactly what we want. As soon as that happens, we want to start putting our kale in. Now I'm going to work in batches. I'm going to do a little bit, stir it around because it is a lot and I don't have a pan big enough to do all of this. So we're going to put 1 layer in. Ooh, hear that? So good. The sizzle right into the oil is exactly what we want. That makes us let us know that the oil is at the right temperature. What I like to do is actually remove a lot of the woody stems. So all you're dealing with now is just the fluffy edges. And if some stems get in there, it's not a big deal. If I see them as I go, like this one right here, I just take it and I tear off that woody stem, just because it will soften once you cook it, but I just personally don't like to eat them, so I try to take them off if I can. Okay. Still sizzling. That's exactly what we want. We know our temperature is right. So now, as you can see, they're getting bright green and they're actually wilting down. So I want to keep moving them around. So I want to keep stirring my garlic, which is going to obviously settle on the bottom. I'm going to add in a little bit more kale. You can push it down. I got all my kale in here. 3 batches it took me. And as you can see, it's starting to get a deep green color and it is starting to wilt down. Can you believe I put all of that kale in this pan? Told you. Now that we have everything in there, I'm actually going to put some seasoning in. So I'm going to do a little bit of salt. I don't like to salt this too much because you can always salt it again once it's on your plate. And that's what I like to do. I like to not salt everything too much, and then everyone has their own preference for how salty they like things. So they can always add more at the table. But I do like to season as I go too. Got some fresh black pepper in there. And then I'm going to use some red pepper flake. This is the best when it comes to kale because it brings out this little spicy note as you're swallowing it. It's so good. There's nothing better. Nice heat. So now that we have everything in there, we're going to keep mixing and stirring until it gets a little bit more wilted, which isn't going to take very long. Merely minutes, this side dish comes together. And just like that, our kale is finished. Look at that. It's beautiful, dark green, so good for you. Such an easy side, and I think you'll actually be pleasantly surprised with all the flavor that we can get out of it just by doing this. I'm going to turn my heat off, and then my last finishing touch is going to be a little squeeze of fresh lemon juice. Not a lot, tiny bit, just right over the top. I feel like it just brightens up the green so well. So what I'm going to do now is take a little bit onto my plate here. And we're going to taste this. It's a little hot. Smaller piece. It's kale. It's great for you. Great flavor. Get the little heat of the red pepper right at the end. The pop right in the beginning of the fresh lemon. Perfect. You can make this for a crowd. You can make this for 1 person. It's literally the perfect side dish. For this recipe, as well as many others, go to my blog, Little Piece of Heart, and I will see you next time.